What's up, everyone? It's Fiona Edgar, astrologer here. I thought that I would make a quick video about this New Age phenomenon, which they call the Lion's Gate. It is a New Age phenomenon, right? And it doesn't really have any, anything good about it. I'm going to explain why. So, the name of the star that they're all going out on about is Sirius, right? The word Sirius comes from the Greek word Sirios, meaning searing, scorching, heating, or burning. So in Greek times, it rose at dawn just before the sun, and it marked the start of the hottest part of summer, right? So this was known as the dog days. During the dog days, a lot of people would die from the heat. There was droughts, possibly fires, and just the heat in general. Sirius is said to have the nature of Jupiter and Mars. Mars is a hot planet. It's also known as the god of war. If you look at the news right now, just as it always was, there are forest fires in Greece. Okay? So Manilius, who was a Roman poet and astrologer, he said of Sirius, it barks forth flame and doubles the burning heat of the sun. So like I say, its name means scorching, burning, flaming, hot. A Roman writer wrote, who is not aware that the heat of the sun increases at the rising of the lesser dog star? So this indicates that it was common knowledge that when the star rose, it brought about the hot season, forest fires, heat. So an ancient Greek writer wrote, of heads and limbs drained dry by Sirius. Okay? The torrid dog star cracks the fields. Manilius said, hardly is it inferior to the sun, save that its abode is far away. The beams it launches from its sky blue face are cold. So this description of the color of Sirius, there has been a lot of conflict, arguments about the actual color of Sirius. The strange thing is that many ancient writers described Sirius as being red in color. And of course now it's like a whitish blue as it appears to us. That's caused a lot of arguments about the actual color. Were they looking at Sirius? Has it changed color? What was it? Were they describing the energetic color? I don't know. Homer spoke of the star whose burning breath taints the red air with fevers, plagues, and death. Does that sound like something that you want to channel? So, what happens when all of these people are tapping into this so-called 8-8 Lion's Gate at the same time? Gee, that sounds like something's really feasting on their energy there. If you really wanted to tap into the nature of Sirius, and I would really advise you to do that with a lot of caution, then you would probably be best doing it on July 5th, which is when the sun makes a conjunction to Sirius. Now, of course, the heliacal rising of Sirius was very important to the ancient Egyptians, as this was when the Nile flooded. It represented fertility and abundance within their lands, okay? But this date of the Lion's Gate, supposed Lion's Gate, 8-8, it has no significance whatsoever. In fact, Sirius doesn't even appear this year without optical help until August the 11th, which is called the heliacal rising. This is when the star is visible on the horizon at dawn. Remember that to the very ancient astrologers, such as the Mesopotamians, astrology was all about the actual visibility of objects with their naked eyes on the horizon. Okay? 8-8 is a date on the Gregorian calendar. This system didn't start until the 1500s. So the New Agers are adding 1 plus 1 getting 12 here. Of course, 8/8 falls into Leo season, right? Tropical Western Leo season, which is obviously connected with lions. But this season is a cycle of the sun. It has nothing to do with fixed stars. The Western birth chart is based on the exact days of the European equinoxes and solstices, right? No ancient astrological event was going to be based on a date on the Gregorian calendar. It doesn't make the slightest bit of sense. So let me just tell you something else that Marcus Manilius, said about Sirius, right? Will fashion unbridled spirits and impetuous hearts. It will bestow on its sons billows of anger, and draw upon them the hatred and fear of the whole populace. The impetuosity of the speaker causes him to utter words before he has time to adapt them to grammar or logic. Their hearts start throbbing at the slightest cause, and when speech comes, their tongues rave and bark, and constant gnashing imparts the sound of teeth to their utterance. Gee, doesn't that sound familiar? Sounds to me a lot like New Agers, right? So, I mean, it kind of disheartens me, and I feel angry about the amount of people that are calling themselves astrologers and talking about this utter hogwash. So first of all, if anyone claims to be an astrologer and they're talking about this, they don't know what they're talking about, right? Anything about the New Age, their light ascension, light activation, light codes, what a load of crap, right? Astrology should always be approached from an academic perspective. Okay? It's not open to New Age, hocus pocus, little green men, Pleiadians, and unicorns. Okay? Any serious scholar of astrology will know what the nature of Sirius is. So if you're meditating on this date or linking into this energetically, you're taking part in a ritual that is harvesting energy from gullible New Agers. So I would advise you to really think a lot about this. Think it through. New Agers are just basically Abrahamists. They're gullible. They're always looking for someone to save them. Grow up. Save yourself and stop looking for fucking spaceships in the sky to come and help you. Help yourself. The only way to ascend, to be whole, to be your best, to have good things in life is to follow the path of your ancestors, your ancestral gods. None of our ancestors would have gone for this hocus pocus. This doesn't make any sense, right? None of it does. If you're choosing an astrologer, and some of the astrologers pushing this, I have actually caught them red-handed stealing my work. And they're charging hundreds of dollars for a shitty birth chart reading. Why do I know that they're shit? Because people that were their clients and they came to me have told me that. They're frauds, they're charlatans. And they just talk waffle without having studied it properly. And they copy work from other astrologers. This is why this Lionsgate thing has taken off so much, because none of them actually can think for themselves, and they're not proper scholars of astrology. They don't do the research. They just hear another New Ager making a video about it, and they copy them, and they can't think for themselves. Is that someone that you want to pay for a reading? I really don't think so. So, like I say, approach this with caution. I'm sure that all of these people that bleat on constantly about light activation, DNA upgrades, Pleiadians, and just all of that nonsense, they're going to be exactly the same tomorrow as they were today. There's going to be no difference in them. Go and watch their next videos and see if you can notice a difference. Their lives never get better. They just go from one car crash to another. And they don't actually help anyone, they just give them false hope. And then they get a lot of karmic backlash for giving people false hope and for not telling the truth. Right? I know it sounds harsh, but that's just the way it is, guys. You really don't want to take part in a kind of energy harvesting operation, which is essentially what this is. So look at the forest fires in Greece right now. If you want to know the true nature of the dog days, it's not some new age person that has pink hair and a YouTube channel, right? So that's all I'm going to say about that. Of course, there are extraterrestrials out there, but they're not constantly coming to try and save us. They want us to save ourselves, I'm sure, because they're aware of natural law. Natural law is the strongest survive. You have to save yourself. And please just don't fall for this stuff. It's really, really harmful and potentially very dangerous. New Agers have no protection whatsoever, no spiritual protection, which is why people that, like myself and other people that are switched on, can see that they are crawling with entities. And they're passing those entities on to other people. Right? So that's it. I hope you're all well, guys. I love you all. Back again soon.